So I know this YouTube channel doesn't really have many subscribers or anything like that, and I've wanted to make videos for like a pretty long time now, but I've always felt so stunted and like held back by either what's going on in my life or mental health challenges or physical challenges. So I've never really gotten around to I've never been at a space where I have like the energy where I feel like I can confidently stand up here and like speak to you guys where you guys can like feel me talk and like connect and not just be so like that distance between a viewer and the person making the video, because I don't want it to be like that. But I've had some experiences that keep popping up more so than like usual, and I want to talk about them because I want to make sure, I want to see if anyone else experiences similar things like I am right now, because there aren't really any answers out there for things like this. There's not any tutorials you can Google looking for information about these types of things, because they're so abstract and so out there that going through them, if you don't find anybody that's like going through something similar, it quite literally makes you feel like you're the only person on the planet that's going through it. So I've had sleep paralysis a lot in my life, like a lot, and it happens pretty regularly to me. And I've had a lot of out of body experiences, the astral projection thing. Like, I've done all those things and left my body and experienced like how crazy of a world reality that we live in, because all this shit's actually real and it's not just like in my head. But lately I've been like almost plagued, harassed by like things that I can't see with my eyes normally. Except the other night I had sleep paralysis, but it was weird because I was awake when this was happening. I had stayed up for a long period of time, like the day before, so like I had no energy going into this. So when I was laying on my bed relaxed in order to go to sleep, my body kind of just fell into that groove of like, okay, I'm ready to shut down now, I'm ready to go to sleep. So it basically just settled down into sleep without me even falling asleep, because my body started to relax so much that I began to have that sleep paralysis effect where you can't move. But my mind was awake and I was still like watching the room around me and stuff. But I started to feel that shift in the atmosphere in my room, like the air. The air starts to feel different, it starts to feel heavy. You start to become aware of like senses and sounds and sensations that you can't perceive when you're like in your, I guess, like the normal waking state. But I felt that shift, and usually when that shift happens, it means that something is about to like, come around me in my room or whatever and mess with me somehow. So I felt that coming on, but I was so tired, man. I couldn't like fight against it. It was either stay up or go through this and kind of suffer through it. And I didn't have the resources to stay up any longer, so I kind of just went with it. But I felt this thing come into my room, and immediately when I felt it at the edge of my bed, I closed my eyes because I didn't want to like see it. And for whatever reason, it's like smart to where if you like open your eyes, it'll it'll like disappear. It'll disappear and you won't be able to see it. So when it came into my room, I had my eyes shut and I felt this thing crawling on my bed. Like, I felt it crawling. I felt the mattress impressions as it was crawling on my bed, and then I felt it start to crawl on my body and then like up to my chest. And then I was thinking to myself, because I was annoyed, and I was like, man, don't freaking crawl on my chest again this time, because you know how much I freaking hate that, because I feel like I can't breathe. And when I thought that, it backed off of my chest, and I was like, did this thing just like listen to me? Did it just like honor a request of mine? So that was kind of bizarre, but it was at the foot of my bed after it crawled off me, and I was so tired. I didn't know what it's going to do next, but I was just like, man, I'm just so tired. Just do whatever you want, because I just didn't want to fight it anymore. And when that happened, I felt the blankets that were covering me up being pulled off of my of my body, of my bed or whatever. And I was sleeping, so I was like in my boxers or whatever, and I felt this thing start to make moves on me, like that kind of like on me though when I was laying there, and I couldn't move or do anything about it. And so this thing was, on me, and it was so crazy because it feels real, but it feels you can also sense like there's like this specter essence that goes along with it. So it kind of, you can tell it's like it's not human when it does this. But anywho, as it was doing this, I have a mirror that used to be right there in my room. So when it was on top of me, I could feel that it was like right down where my, is. So I was opening up this eye to squint just a little bit so I could see. I was trying to see if I could catch the reflection in that mirror that was right there. And sure enough, dude, this thing was a huge, super tall, pitch black. Like, pitch black don't even do it justice. Like, imagine the blackest black, the complete void of any light. That type of black. And it was like a humanoid, but it was so big and like, I don't know, malevolent, evil. Like, it looked like a demon, bro. Like, it looked like a legitimate demon. And I caught the reflection of it when I was looking in that mirror, of it on top of me on my bed, giving me head. That rhymed. But so that freaked me out when I saw that. But I couldn't do anything about it because you're frozen. You literally can't do anything. You just have to sit there and take it. And dude, but sure enough, like, it proceeded for a few more minutes, and then like it got me to the edge there, and what happens when the dude like busts or whatever, and it made me do that. And as soon as I did, the forces that were holding me down was gone. And I was like, I jumped up out of bed, and I was just like, what the fuck happened to me? And like, I had, if you're a dude, like, I had a mess all up on me here. So that proved right there that this thing has the ability to mess with people, me, whatever, when they're in that frozen state, and it actually interface with their physical body and it have an effect on them. So I knew for a fact this was not just in my head, because I witnessed it happen, and then I saw the aftermath as a result. And so immediately after that happened, like, I didn't go to sleep anymore, obviously. The next day, there was a Catholic church that's in my city that I went to, and I tried to find like a clergy member, priest, or wizard, whatever you call them. I tried to find one to talk to him about this stuff, but lo and behold, I missed him, because I went to, there was a chapel you could go in, and there were people that were in there quietly, praying and stuff, and I didn't want to be disrespectful and be like, hey, like, I got a sleep paralysis demon, can you like help me out, put me in the right direction? So I just kept it quiet, and I sat there and I prayed myself because I needed it. And there was a lady outside, and I asked her about if I could find like a priest or whatever to talk to, and she said, yeah, the mass will be over in like 45 minutes or something like that. And so I waited that long in my car, and I left, and or I went back in after the 45 minutes was over, and I couldn't find anybody. The lady was gone. All the cars in the parking lot were gone. So I kind of just felt stuck, like I missed it. But I posted this story on TikTok too, and I had some people message me and say that they had similar things that happened to them, and he recommended that I get like a diffuser and then go to that church or any church and get some like holy water, some water that's been prayed over, and put it in that diffuser and turn it on when in my room when I'm sleeping at night. So that's what I did, and it has helped. I'd be lying if I said it didn't help, but there's still something that's been changing in my body, in my mind, in my spirit, that's making me less attached to my physical body whenever it's nighttime. Whenever I'm in relaxation, I find I'm more able to lucid dream, like, on command more than ever before. I'm able to, like, actually lift out of my body easily now. Whereas before I'd have to, like, concentrate on trying to manifest it over and over and over and over and over until spontaneously one night synchronicity brought it to me and it happened. But yeah, dudes, I don't really know how to like feel about this because I've never been SA'd by something I couldn't see before, but I saw it that night, and they just showed me that this stuff is very, very real. And I just kind of am at a loss of what to do with that information. I can't really talk to anybody about it in my normal everyday life because it freaks my family out. It worries my mom, and I don't want to put any unnecessary stress on them if I don't have to. So I've just kind of been keeping quiet about it. So I was posting it on here because my identity is not on this channel, so you can't really see anything like that and tie it back to me. But I was hoping that if there's anybody still listening, that they might have witnessed or heard or have seen things that are similar to this, or have had any luck, keeping them at bay or away from you. But thank you guys for listening.